Hello, I'm Kendra Von Esch, and you are listening to my 10-minute daily podcast, Reality Reflections. I bought into what this world said would make me happy. Money, prestige, power. And hey, if it feels good, do it, because life is stressful, so party hard. Do whatever makes you happy. But that didn't quite work out, because I felt even more insecure, full of fear, shame, and anxiety, and never, ever good enough. Then God found me and flipped my reality upside down and transformed my life. And I want this for everyone. So I left my executive career to help others find true acceptance, supernatural peace, joy, and love that only comes from a relationship with God. Here is my reality reflection for today. So, how many of you out there are feeling overwhelmed? Like you're so tired. You're just fed up maybe with what's going on in the world, maybe the stresses in your family, your job, relationships that aren't going so well. Maybe you're just feeling exhausted about your family, all of the family that's not quite back in the fold with Jesus and Christianity. The readings today slap me in the face, right? If you haven't read them, please read them. But he's basically saying in the first reading with Isaiah, look, keep your blood sacrifices. I don't want your animals because you guys are hypocrites. And then the Psalms, again, the exact same thing. Look, do you not think that I don't see what you're doing? I see it. And I will raise it up to your eyes so that you can see it too. And then lastly, the gospel, where Jesus says, hey, don't be fooled. I didn't come here to bring peace. I came here to divide. And he went on to say, within your family, how many of you feel like there is a sword in your family or in some relationships that you have? And if you're feeling that way, it's because living a life as a Christian, a Catholic Christian no less, so many people hate Catholicism, is a cross. But as he finishes all of the readings today, we are called to share the gospel. We are called to speak about Jesus being the truth, the way, and the life. And the only way to get to the Father is through him. The only way to salvation and to get our souls into heaven, to be in complete bliss for the rest of eternity, is through Jesus. And so let's ask today, let's think about St. Paul and the marathon. Think about people who, I've never run a marathon, so I can't speak from experience, but I have run before. And you know, when you're just so tired, you don't think you can make it to the finish line. Remember, while you're on the road, on that path, there's always some living water on the side that you can stop, catch your breath, take a sip, gulp it in, refresh yourself. It's no different in the spiritual life. It's not easy to speak truth, not just about our faith, but about what's going on in the world as well, because look how much division there is. The sword is there again. But we're still called to persevere. We're still called after we have that living water. We need to continue on the race so that we can live a Christian life, which means my external, outward speech, countenance, right? My lifestyle, my actions are tied to how Jesus told us to live. So I feel in today's readings, he's saying, look, you're not living the way that I told you to live. Stop mocking me, right? Stop professing that you're a Christian when you aren't praying, when you're judgmental, when you're angry with people and you're frustrated and you don't come to me to help with your weariness and your burdens. Because if you don't come to me and allow me to sanctify you, allow me to show you truth, allow me to lead you to truth, not just in the spiritual life, but in real life, like what's going on in the world. There's so many lies. We have a big fight on our hands. But we're supposed to walk that walk. We're supposed to share the gospel. We're supposed to share truth. Again, I'm not just talking about words. The best way to share the truth is having your life reflect exactly how Jesus told us to live. And the only way that we can do that every single day is to just take today with God. Where I live, it's summer. It's not a seasonal thing, but I feel that the church takes such a break during the summer. And we need that spiritual flame to be turned up. And maybe even our pilot light is out right now. We need that flame to be lit. We don't want to put a big log on a little fire. We want to add little twigs and sticks so that that fire can turn into an inferno. And we do that by taking those little twigs and sticks each day and just living in that day. Not thinking about tomorrow, not thinking about that trip that's coming up or the people that are coming over, those family members, or all of the other plans that you have, whether it be personal or professional. We've got to run the race slowly. And it's not a matter of winning. It's a matter of finishing. So let's stop and take a breath, grab the living water on the side of the marathon path every single day. Have that cup of water, the Spirit of God. Because if we don't ask Jesus to help us with the burden, we are going to be weary and frustrated and angry, and our lives will be hypocritical. We will be professing something with our lips and turning around and doing something completely different in our lives. Hypocrites, really. So if you're feeling tired, refresh yourself in some way today. Sitting with Jesus, sitting with Mary, with the Holy Spirit, with God the Father, with any of your patron saints, with your guardian angel. Haven't spoken about our guardian angel in a long time. They're messengers. They are the ones that are to guide us to truth, to guide us, maybe even bringing things up to our eyes that we need to work on in our life. It's a daily walk, but it's a walk. It's not a run. When you run through your day, you run right past that table with the water. And then you're going to be like, well, how am I even going to make it the next day? Because you haven't refreshed yourself with that water, the living water of God. You haven't asked the Holy Spirit to come into your heart, to your mind, your soul. so that you can be filled with those fruits, so that people can see through your actions, through your words, through your life, that you are different and that you are a faithful servant. Because only when we do that can we be those true disciples that go out to the four corners of the earth and hear rejection all over the place. But that's what Jesus asks us to do. It's not easy. That's why we need to do it together, he says. Because I will guide you and lead you, and my Spirit, the Holy Spirit, will sanctify you and transform you and will remind you all of the things that I've told you, but also will lead you to truth. So do not let today be a bummer day. Let today be the best day ever, because you're just going to live today for today, and you're going to grab that cup of water and sip on it throughout the day so that you are refreshed and you can keep things in perspective and not get caught up in emotions. God is who will fill your cup. All righty, everyone. I love you all. Have a blessed and inspired day and find something more with God, that living water that will ignite the flame of love, peace, and joy so that you can do what he called you to do. Share the gospel and share the truth about what's going on in the world. Take care.